there and welcome to my new channel. My name is Erica and I am a crafter of all sorts, but mostly with stitchy things, and I thought I would share my crafting adventures here. I've been cross-stitching for a little over a year, and I found flosstube on YouTube and I've just been loving it, and so I thought, why not jump in myself and make my own video. So like I said, my name's Erica. I am a stay-at-home mom of two boys who are 5 and 7, and I homeschool and do all that fun stuff, so I'm pretty busy. I also run 3 Etsy shops of handmade items that I sew. I make bags, I make kids clothing, and I make dog items and matching dog and kid items, and so that keeps me pretty busy as well. But during my downtime, I have found cross stitch and I've really been loving it. So I thought I would just start off and bring you along on my adventures of stitching. Most of it will be cross stitch projects, but I also have other stuff that I'll add too. I also recently got back into crochet, so I have a crochet project to show you at the end also. So let's get started. This will mostly be a WIP parade, but I do have a few things that I have finished in the last year. Like I said, I've only been doing this about a year. When I first started, I was young when I first started to learn to cross stitch. My grandma taught me, but it has been years and years, and so since being an adult, this is just kind of where I've started. I used to think you could only do like one project at a time until I found YouTube, and then I learned people do multiple, and that sent me down a rabbit hole, and it's been fun, but I have a lot of projects now. So anyways, this will mostly be a WIP parade because I think that's a fun way to start, but I'll also start with a few of my things I just started with. So number one of the things that I finished last year is this by Little Stitch Girl, I believe, on Etsy. And I just thought it was a super cute picture for 4th of July time. I just stitched fabric to the back of it, and then I have this, and I just slipped this over a rod, which I change it out seasonally, so I don't have it with me, but I slipped that over a rod, and then it has like string hanging so that I can just make this a hanging piece. So that was my first one of my first ones, which I really like this one. I really like houses and little towns and stuff, you'll see, and I also really like winter and Christmas. So that was one of my finishes. I also finished a couple of the farm ones by Little House Needleworks, I believe it is. And I thought those were really cute. I really love their patterns. I'm not going to be great with telling you which fabrics they're on or that kind of thing. I haven't kept track of that because I just kind of use what I have. Most of the time I shop at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, something like that, because I see something and I want it right now. I'm kind of impatient, so if I want to start something, I want to start it, and I usually don't want to wait for fabric. But I think this one actually is Mushroom Lugana, maybe? 28 count Mushroom Lugana, I think. I like that one. But so there's that one. This was a one that I also did. I cannot remember who the pattern is because this was when I first started, and I tried to make it kind of like a little standing one. This might be Little House or Cottage Country Needleworks. I'm going to be terrible at this, sorry. But that one I thought was cute. And then I discovered Dimensions Gold Collection, and so I actually made 2 of these ornaments this year. I made this one, which I don't have because I gave it to my dad for Christmas, but I've also made this little barn, so I finished that one this year. And I bought some little year charms on Amazon so that I could put those on all the ornaments. So I did make ornaments for everybody this year, but I obviously don't have them because I've already given them to them, but I put the little charm on there. So that was a fun one. And this was one of my very first completed fully finished items. This is by Soda Stitch, I got the pets pattern off Etsy, and it's just their nutcracker pattern, and I think it was so adorable. I love this so much. I just turned it into a pillow, put a little fun edging on it, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's on the like opalescent Ada, and so it's sparkly, but it doesn't look like you can really tell in the video, but I just think it's so cute. This next one was another just quick little ornament I did with a Precious Moments pattern. So I just did a little angel. I thought that was pretty cute. And I just backed it with white felt. It's on plastic canvas. I did it because I wanted to test out using plastic canvas. I think it turned out pretty cute. This isn't cross stitch, but it's embroidery. I found a pattern on Etsy, I can't remember the name, for just a little embroidered ornament, and that was also fun. I like to do, I've done a few things like this as well that you'll probably see over time. And one other, and I'll try to link these Etsy shops as I put this video up. Sorry, I keep looking not at the camera, so this is my first video, so bear with me. And then the other thing I did that's not cross stitch but is embroidery were these little felt set, this little felt set that I got also on Etsy, and I put beads and sequins on there. I just thought they were super cute, so I made a little garland. Rudolph. So she had a set of 5. There's one more snowman that I didn't get to, but I just thought that that was just a cute little felt garland. And I'll link that Etsy shop below too. And my last finish is another cross stitch finish, and this one is by Bothy Threads. Try to get the glare off of there, but it's under glass. So yeah, I actually entered this one into our local fair, and I won 3rd place on this year, so that was kind of fun. I really like that little bunny, and I love all the Rendell. It's a Rendell design. I love all the Rendell designs, and it has the fun, like, speckled Ada fabric. I just think that's so cute. So those are some of the finishes that I have, and now we can get into my WIP parade. There'll be zipper sounds. I guess that bugs some people. I don't know. I'm sorry. I have to open up my bags, but let's get into it. So these are in no order, just randomly out of my stack here. So this is one of my latest starts. My husband bought me for Christmas Little House Needleworks Hometown Holidays. So he bought me 5 of them, and I've gotten started on the, so I'm gonna have some glare in here because there's lights, but it's just the way it is. I've started on the post office one, and this is on 32 count. I think I have the notes, or 36 count. 32 Murano from Artiste, just from Hobby Lobby. So I've gotten pretty far on that. I started this on Christmas Day, so that was 2 days ago. So I really like this one. That's the post office from Hometown Holidays. And I forgot to mention the other reason why I was going to make this video is I learned from Heather North, I believe her name is, that there's a Facebook group called WIP Warriors where they do no new starts. And so because I have so many WIPs after just 1 year of cross-stitching, I decided to join that group this year. And so I've posted all my WIPs, and those are the only ones I can work on for the year. There's like 2 or 3 new starts you can earn, but I need to work on what I've bought because this is pretty crazy for only 1 year of cross-stitching. Anyway, another WIP that I have, I just barely a start on this one because I started right before the holidays and then I wanted to do holiday stitching. But this Dimensions Cliffside Beacon, and like I said, I'm kind of making this just so I can document for myself where I am. So, like I said, this is hardly a start. Barely a little start there, but I started it. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. That will be my first Dimensions Petite that I'll have done. So we'll see how that one goes. The next one is from Artisy, and it's Chuck Pineson. I believe it's called Hope Runs Deep. It's in this fun vinyl bag that I make. I do make bags, so I make my cross-stitch bags, but it's called Hope Runs Deep, and I really love this. I love wintry scenes like this. I hate winter. I hate being cold, but I love the winter pictures. So I'm really enjoying the colors in the sky and everything on this one. It's a full coverage, which is huge, but it's been so fun. So this one I have like in a grime guard thing, and I'm not going to take that out for this, but I love the colors on it so far. I'm thinking everything in this video is probably going to be backwards, isn't it? But okay, so that's one of my full coverages, which I am loving. And I think I did that on 18 count, Ada, that I just gridded myself. Another one that I got for Christmas that I just started is this Summer Cottage by Dimensions Gold. So this one I just got for Christmas, so I just barely started that one also. But it's going to pretty much be full coverage. So I only just barely started that one, right in the background sky there. And I should mention, on the full coverages, I decided to do the tent stitch, the half cross, because it's just so much faster and they're so big. So I don't know if you can tell, but close up, I've just done a half cross, and I think it'll be fine for coverage, at least for my taste. Okay, back to what we're doing. Let's see. Yeah, this is my first video, so like I said, I'm gonna forget a bunch of details. So if you have questions, just ask. The next one is another Dimensions Gold. This one was on sale on Amazon for $15 recently, and I couldn't pass it up. It's Winter Cabin. Again, it's brand new, so I just barely started it. Some of these I started because I knew I wanted to work on them next year, but if they're not started, I can't. So I think this way is up. Just barely started on that one. Not much to show, so I'll move through those pretty quickly, but just with everything that came with the kit is what I'm using on that. And then another exciting thing is where I live, they just opened a new little needlework shop, Annabella's. So Elaine from Annabella's just opened one in North Carolina, and I'm so excited. And I went in there and I got some adorable fabric. I love this fabric so much. I went in there like about a week or two ago, and I got this fabric, and I got this pattern from there. So it's Annabella's. You can find them on Etsy, and she has a YouTube also. But this is the pattern I got with Blooming Tiny Town. And I just barely started that one also. I think this is some kind of one of the popular mocha fabrics. I'm really bad at the fabrics. Sorry, but that's a fun little start, and I'm excited to do that one this spring. I've been doing a lot of the holiday stitching, so I'm like wanting to switch over to spring here very soon. Another one that I started, this is another teeny one, and I've actually completed this one. Let me grab it really quick because I'd like to show you. Okay, I'm back. So it's the Primrose Cottage Stitches. So I'm looking down at my pattern and notes. Primrose Cottage Stitches, it's called Be Happy. So I just have this on a little clip by my sewing machine. It just hangs there, but I thought it was so cute, and I have one of those tiered trays that I just got. And so for this spring, I would like to make little pillows. So I'm doing that pattern again. So the Be Happy. I'm doing it again, and I'm going to make just little square pillows to put on that tiered tray. So I actually screwed this one up, and I have too much of the bee's head, so I'm going to have to get rid of that part, but just a small start. but I'm excited to do that one again. Now let's see what's next. Another one of the Dimensions golds that I started because I knew I wanted to work on it next year. This one is Balloon Glow. Sorry for the glare. I love all the colors. And my husband proposed to me on hot air balloon, so that's kind of why I got that one. It's a little remembrance piece. So I've just barely started this one too, but you can see some of the balloon starting. So just this middle balloon right here is where I've started. Just occurred to me I probably should have had a board because I see that there's light from back here, and I know a lot of you guys use like a board behind yours to show your pieces. I should have thought of that. Maybe for next time. Okay, I'm going to have huge mess when this is all over. I hope this doesn't get too long. Another one, I don't have a picture for it, I don't think, because it's just a chart. Maybe I'll do a real quick like showing of it. It's a Precious Moments, which I found on, gosh, I can't remember what the website is. There was one website that has the Gloria and Pat designs. It's called Sharing Makes Life More Fun. Real quick. Okay. Boys Fishing. I have 2 boys. They love fishing. We go camping, so that's why I got this one. It's just another, barely a start, but just to document for my own purposes. I've started on one of the boys' sleeves. This is like a printed Ada from Michaels. So I liked it because there's going to be like a pond and stuff, so it's kind of like the sky. So that's why I chose this fabric. Next up, like I said, these are no order at all. Next up is a fun Christmas one I got on Etsy from a company called Owl Stitching House. It's a Gingerbread Village. Again, I really love the little houses. Haven't gotten too far in this one either because I just started it this holiday season. Well, like I told you, I've only been stitching about a year, so a lot of these won't be very far. But it's kind of fun. So I started in the middle with the little carousel and then the gingerbread house. That's what I'm working on. And this fabric was from 123 Stitch, but I don't know what kind of like linen it is, but I like the tealy color. It's kind of getting like blown out. You can't quite tell on the video. It looks a little more white, but it's kind of like a minty teal, like a minty green, I guess. Okay, I feel like this video is going to be very long and boring, but I love watching YouTube, or flosstube, so I hope I'm doing an okay job. This next one again is another just like quick pattern. It's from Vlada X Stitch. I'll just do a quick showing because it's not, it's just a pattern. So it's like a little winter scene, and I'm just messing around trying things with beads. So I just went to Michael's and bought beads, and I'm going to do the whole thing in these like glass seed beads. I don't know. I just wanted to do something with beads, and I thought that would be fun. It's shiny and sparkly in real life, but you can't fully tell in the video. Just something different I wanted to try. Alright, this next one is like a 3-part. It's by Soda Stitch. It's called Country Kitchen. And you can do it all 3 together, or you can separate them. So I'm going to like separate and frame each 3 parts, and I'm on the middle section right now. I love this one. It's so cute. And I'm a decent way into this one. I'm wanting to finish this so I can start the next section of it. So I've got to finish underneath the little like stove area here. And this is just 14 count, I believe. 14 count Ada from Michaels. So I'm excited to start the next one. I don't know. I've just got to finish down here. I'll probably move over here because I like the pinks and the colors, and so that'll probably be my next one I start. I hope I'm holding these up long enough, but also not too long and it's boring. Give me any criticisms down below because I really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, next one. Let's see. Okay, here's another Dimensions. Dimensions Gold. I fell into a rabbit hole of watching a bunch of people who had Dimensions kits, and then I ended up with a bunch of Dimensions kits. This is another bag that I made. It's a fun one. This one is called Cozy Cove by Wasaki, Charles Wasaki. I guess he's very popular and I like his work. So it's just a pretty small start in the very center. I have this one on a hoop. Mostly I stitch in hand the sewing method because I find it's faster, especially if I'm doing a piece with blocky colors. But on these like full coverage or like where it's a lot of color changes, so I'm just like right in there, where it's a lot of color changes, I've found that I like a hoop with a stand because then I just do two-handed, one up and one hand above and one hand below, and I find that that's fast for me. But otherwise I like to do the sewing method stitching in hand, so most things won't be on hoops except for the big projects. I'll just put this in there later. Let's see, next up is one by a girl on Etsy, I think a girl, somebody on Etsy, Made For You Stitch, Garden Shelf it's called. I saw somebody do this on Facebook and I fell in love, so it's so cute. I have not gotten very far. This is on, I think, some type of linen. Again, I don't know what kind. I'll try to be better about that in the future, but that's where I am so far. Cute little mouse, guys. I've got, this one has a lot of back stitching I'm going to have to do. I'll hopefully do it as I go. So that was Garden Shelf. Ooh. Another bag that I have made. All this fabric for spring. This is one I've been wanting to start again. So this is White House Stitchery, which I found her on YouTube after I started this and was realized like, oh my gosh, I have your pattern. But I really like it. Spring is in the air. Super cute. I've started on this side. Again, it's on like a mint. I think what I really like about her patterns is like the minty color background fabric that they're on. So I think you can't tell the colors as well in the lighting that I currently have. And that one's just cute little spring motifs and I really like it. So I want to get back to work on that one too. It's called Spring is in the Air. Another Primrose Cottage Stitches. They're one of my favorite shops. I really like them. And this one, I should say, most of those I think I've done the called for colors, but sometimes if I just don't have the color, I just grab whatever's close. This one has a lot of specialty, like Gentle Arts threads, which this is the first one I've done that with. So I'm excited about that. But this is called Star Spangled Street. I think it was a new one this last year. I just have a small start on it. Again, those cute little tiny houses, I just love them. Another bag that I made, floral fun fabric. This is another Bothy's Threads. This is called Crackers About Cheese. So I have two of them. I did the rabbit, and this is the other one that I have. Let's see if I can put something behind it. So I've got one little mouse, a little middle guy, and then we keep working on the others. I'll probably do this one again as like a spring and summer pattern. Most of my stuff is like winter and Christmas, so the ones that aren't are the ones I'll do the other time of year. This is the very first, that's a fun vinyl I did. This is the very first pattern I bought when I got back into cross stitching, and it's by Stitching Land on Etsy. I thought, oh, this is little, this will be quick. It's bigger than I thought. all the patterns are bigger than I realize when I get them, but I thought that was pretty. I really like the colors on this one. I need to just get it done because there's only half left and it's not really that big, but it is more stitching than I realized. Here's a fun bag with lightning bugs on it and this shimmery vinyl. I like to do these like specialty vinyls on the back. Well, that's blowing out the color, sorry there. So this one is, what's her name? Little Dove, I believe. Little Dove Designs. It's called Adjust Your Sails. And I love this one. I love the colors. This actually, the waves in this one is actually a special DMC, I believe. That's like a variegated. Moline, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's like a variegated blue, and so that's kind of fun. I really love the colors in this one. My threads are a mess, but this is how I usually organize my threads, is I just get a piece of cardstock, and then I laminate it, and then I put removable stickers on it, and I write the numbers, and I just punch it, and that way I can just put a new sticker on for a new project, and it's an easy way to sort my threads. So that one, I don't like the fabric that this is on. I think it's, something to put this on because it's going to see right through it. I don't know what the fabric is. I think it's maybe a witchelt or something. I'm not sure, but I don't like how see-through it is, and it's kind of like stiff, weird. I don't know. But I think it was what it was called for, so I got what it was called for, but I won't get it again. I don't like it. Next time I need a board for this. So I just really like the colors and the waves, that variegated like blue thread in the waves, but it is still DMC thread. So I'm excited to get back to that one also. And sorry if I don't put these back, they will be everywhere. This bag actually has two patterns in it. Because they're by the same designer, they're just different seasons. So it's Crocheta Go-Go. So bad with names, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but this is the Autumn in the City that was just released this fall. I have the spring one, which I'll show you next, and I just love them. They're so cute. This is, I think, Fiddler's Cloth or something from Michaels. I think it might be like 16 count possibly, but I just think they're so cute. All the little motifs in there. So that's the autumn one, and there's also the spring in the city one. And I just downloaded them off of Etsy. But actually, I downloaded them and I printed the pattern, and then I found a pattern keeper. And so I have these in Pattern Keeper, and I love that. Except for if there's like back stitching, I haven't figured out. I don't think Pattern Keeper does a back stitching, or I haven't figured it out. If it does, let me know. But so I'll use this paper pattern that's all wrinkly for that part. But here's the spring one. Again, this is just fabric from Michaels. Let's see if I can hold it up a little. I also want to get back to this one. I did not think these would take so long, but it is actually huge. It's much bigger than I thought. But just so cute. And that one, these I got all the correct colors, I believe. Like I said, sometimes I throw in other colors if I don't have one, but I'm pretty sure I bought all of them for that pattern. Alright, these two I got off magazines. I joined Reedley. They have a bunch of magazines online, so I just printed off the online magazine pattern. I don't know if I have here's like an example of the finished. I think it's a Little Dove Designs also, but it could be wrong. I just think that one is so cute. I ran out of the gray and brown, which is I ran out of 2 colors down here, which is why I stopped. I have to go get some more of that, but I just thought it was such a cute little one. It's like a little sampler. I don't usually like the samplers, but sometimes, every now and then there's a cute one, and I like that you can like finish a motif and you're like, oh look, I finished something. And you can actually see the picture. Again, this one came from one of those cross-stitch magazines, and it's called Jolly Holidays. And I just have a small start on that too. I really like this vintagey feel on the colors for Santa. So that's that one. And when I don't make my own bags, because I have so many patterns I've started, then I just use these like cheap Amazon zippered bags. But mostly I like to make my own, because those are a little bit small. Let's see here. Here's the other shelf that I made by You Stitch. She also has Christmas shelf. So just like the garden one, this one is Christmas shelf. And I just have a small start on this one too. This one is on a brown Ada. I don't know the actual exact color, but it's a brown Ada that I got from 123 Stitch because I liked the really dark background of this one, and so I wanted something similar. So just a small start. I like really screwed up something in here and had to redo it, so I haven't gotten very far. This one is like a Snowman Hot Cocoa. Can't remember what the full name of it is at the moment. But I've gotten fairly far. I tried tea and coffee dyeing my own fabric, so this is just Ada that I like tea and coffee dyed. It's a little more orangey than I would have liked, but turning out pretty cute. That one's a fun one. Again, bigger than I realized. They're all bigger than I realized. This one I saw online and I had to have it. I like white, like crisp, clean decor and stuff, and so this pattern is by Luca S. It's a kit, and I just loved it. I just think it's so pretty, and there's like sparkle threads that come with this kit, and so, well, of course I put it in my sparkly gold vinyl bag that I made, but let's see, like, ooh, like, look at those. I don't know, these are probably hard to work with. I haven't gone that far, so I haven't worked with those sparkles yet, but I'm really excited to add those into it and see how that looks. But again, this is a full coverage. It says it's, they usually tell you like how difficult it is on these. I don't see it, but it's big. So it's going to be large, but so far I've just got the stocking and the chimney kind of right in here started. Let me grab my needle that just fell before I lose that, I don't want to be stepping on a needle. Okay. So that Luca S, I really like their kits. They have Zweigart Ada, and it's soft, and so since I stitch in hand, I really like that. And their threads, they put them on these just real nice cards. So I don't know, I like them. They're very easy to work with, and I guess they're anchor threads. This next one, I think it's okay if I show the pattern because it's a freebie, but it's from Crocheta Go-Go's, her blog or her website, and it's a free summer one. I'll just show it quick, but it is a free pattern. So it's this little mouse and a cat on a sailboat. I've just kind of barely started it last summer, so I'm going to get back to that one. This is like my freebie bag. I have a few patterns in this bag. This one is Cassie Cow. She has like 12 or 25 days books publishing. I think she has 25 of them, of these little like animal ornaments. So I started one and I'm almost done with it. But that was cute. This one, next one there is not a pattern for. It was one I bought on Etsy, or there's not a photo, I just have the pattern. But when my kids were really little, I used to sing You Are My Sunshine, and so I wanted something for that. This one it's on black Ada and uses white and yellow, but I switched it and I'm just using my own colors. So it's going to say, well, it's backwards, but You Are My Sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. So that one's fun. And then the last one in here is by Little Foxstitching on Etsy, and I just like this little nautical scene. Unfortunately, I did not have all the colors I called for, and I switched some of my own, and they're not my favorite, so it's not my favorite thing, but it's cute. And I got, this is that printed Ada from Michaels. Here's some knocking outside my door. Sorry, you can hear that. Alright, let me get this back in so I don't lose my place. We're getting close. I think I have like 50 whips, so we're getting close to the end. Hopefully you've stuck with me. Okay, here's another full coverage. This is the first full coverage I bought, and I'll show you. I actually started it and then decided to restart it, but it's from Artisy, and it's The Way It Used to Be by Chuck Pineson. I love this so much. I want a homestead with land and just love this whole vibe with the turkeys. So I started it up here and I got pretty far. I got really far. Well, for me, for full coverage, I got really far. However, I decided that I wanted to do tent stitch instead, or just like half cross, because I just knew it was going to take me forever to do this, because it's huge, like, for me at least, it's huge. So I decided to restart it and do just a half cross. So I started it on is it 18 count, and I'm doing just a half cross so that I can get it done faster. So I started it in the middle instead. Let's see, kind of like right in the middle of the porch of that house. And it's going faster. I mean, I don't have as much done because I haven't worked on it as long, but I like how much faster it's going. So there's that one. And I think on this, this is 18 count, but like I said, I don't know my fabrics. I don't remember. It's either 18 or 16, and I've been using 4 strands instead of 2 because I'm just doing the half cross. So another bag I made. This is another dimensions kit. This one is called Scenic Farm. And I'm not too far in it either, but what's funny is I hate stitching white, but I love these white snowy winter scenes. So it's a real problem. I get held up on the white, and like, I don't want to do white, but all of my patterns have so much white. But I really love it, and it's so pretty. And again, it's that like homesteady farm where I want to live. Alright, a few more. This is some new fabric I just got. I love this bag. So cute. This one, again, is another Precious Moments that I got from that same website. I can't remember. If you want to know what it is, let me know and I'll leave it below. But it's called Warmest Wishes for the Holidays. And a real quick peek. It's like a snowman with a little bunny and some birds drinking hot chocolate. So this is where I am. I need to put the snowman's face in. And she's got like a pink hat that continues up here. And there'll be some trees. And a little bunny drinking hot cocoa and some little birds. It's just cute, and I like the colors. This is like some kind of even weave or something from Hobby Lobby that has pink speckles on it, and I think that was cute. So my little snowman goes in my snowman bag. Now this next one, I had to hunt down. This, when I was younger and I learned to cross stitch, I was cross stitching with my grandma, and I had this book, and I thought I still had it, but apparently I got rid of it. I think in my 20s I was like, I don't do this, and I got rid of all my cross stitch stuff. Well, now that I'm back into it, I was really bummed, and I was trying to find it, and I couldn't find it, and I wanted to finish this one that I had started with my grandma, but I couldn't find it. But a couple months ago, I found the book, and I'm so excited. It was on Etsy, and I'm so excited. So this has like tons of patterns in it, but the one that I was mainly wanting was this one, because this is what I started when I was like 11 years old. And I started it and I was like, oh, I can do that. And I think I started on the girl or something in the middle, and then, I was 11. I did not get very far. I haven't gone very far now either because I just started it, but I do want to do this one. So I'm really excited. This pattern is called Noel, and it's Precious Moment. So this is just some kind of 14 count from Michael's. I just have a little teeny start and a mess of thread, I guess, but just a teeny start. I started on the top of the Christmas tree, and I'll just work my way down. But I'm really excited to have that back again. Okay, next one is by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and it's called Deck the Halls. I don't actually have a photo of it that I've printed. I just have the pattern, so you'll have to look online, I guess. It's Deck the Halls by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but this is how far I've gotten. Still a ways to go. It goes. It's quite a long, like, hanging piece, but I'm having fun. This was my first project that I attempted on even weave. So this is like an even weave from Michael's, I believe. It's not perfect. Some of my little pieces are off. I messed up my stocking somehow, and like maybe, like a star might be 1 or 2 off, but I figure I won't even know, and no one else will either. So that's the halls. There's only about 6 left. Another Christmas bag that I made. This one I saw and I just thought it was so gorgeous and that I had to have it. But it's got specialty stitches, and so this is the first like specialty stitch one I have, and it's not as easy as I thought it might be. It's called Heirloom Nativity Sampler by Victoria Sampler. So I'm up here in the angels, and then there's like specialty stitches below it. But I just thought it was so pretty and like an heirloom. So this one has beads and like the pearl cotton and specialty threads and Krynic and all kinds of stuff. So it's like a whole new adventure for me. It's on a linen because you have to like split threads, so it's going to be long. This is where I am. And my needle minders, like I just bought charms off Etsy and put little magnets on the back, so I just made up my own little needle minders. But this part I've kind of stopped because I'm not doing so good in this like satin stitch heart area. But I just think it's so pretty, so I need to get back to trying to figure out how to do that. Let's see. Oops. Past that one. Another just little one that it was a freebie from Crocheta Grogo. Another freebie chart. I started this one. I don't even know if I'll finish it. I kind of just started it last year when I was just getting into things and found a pattern, but I'm not sure if I'll finish that or not. It might become a unfinished object. Ooh, a random needle. That's not good. Don't know where that which project's missing a needle, and glad I didn't step on that. Alright, and then the first little bag I made, because I was just needed a quick bag, was for Cottage Needleworks Silent Night. And I'm pretty close to being done on this one. I need to keep going. It needs some more trees. I think I'm caught up on the snowflakes because I don't like doing white, and the snowflakes are especially not my favorite. I didn't have the correct white. It's like a variegated specialty white. I think it's Weeks Dye Works color, and so I was just using a different color, and then I ended up actually using the wrong color, so I just swapped it. So my church is actually like gray instead of white, and some of the colors are different, but I think it turns out, I think it's pretty cute. It's on some kind of gray Ada. This one I saw and I just could not pass this up. Again, here's a fun bag. This is another Luca S. This is the first Luca S kit I got. I saw it on Amazon, and the colors were so pretty, and I just loved it. And I think, I don't know what it's called actually, but it's pretty. Just love all of that. So again, it's a big full coverage. I've gotten almost one page done. Sky colors are just so pretty, and then just like the details as you stitch and you step back, and I just love it. So I'm doing a terrible job, but there's a gal on YouTube, I think her name is Teeny Weeny Stitches, and she just is like so sweet and calm when she talks, and she shows her pictures, and she just describes them so beautifully, and you're like, I need that. Oh, and she just makes everything seem like so elegant and beautiful, and I love how she describes it, but I'm doing a terrible job for my own. Let's see. Okay, another full coverage by Artisy. I hear a lot of people doing the Heaven and Earth designs, but I haven't really found too many pictures on there that I have to have. I'm not into the like fantasy stuff, which I think is a lot of that, but I love Artisy. They have all these like beautiful landscapes. So God Shed His Grace, this one I know is a popular one. I've seen a lot of people stitch this one, but I love this. So that's another one on a hoop, and my first time trying pre-gridded Ada, and I think this is 20 count, 20 or 25. I think maybe it's 25 count. Wow, it's so much easier. But again, this is let's see which direction. This is a half stitch because I just think it's easier for me to do a half stitch, or I'll never finish any of these big ones. So it's a couple nights worth of work. I only get to work on things for the most part for like 2 hours after my kids go to bed, so just like starting right in there. But I love it. I'm not a huge fan of the colors. Like, there's a lot of these are on things, but they're just shoved in my bag. So yes, it's messy. I don't like all the like browns, but I just love how it turns out in the picture. So I hope I can continue through all the brown colors that aren't my favorite. And two more. Oh shoot, I left one. There's one more. There's a Mill Hill kit, an autumn bench, but I didn't bring it down, so I'll have to show it in a different video. So I have two Mill Hill kits started, one that I didn't bring, and this other one, which is just this little barn. I started this one while camping this year. We go camping every year, and I need to just finish it. I got distracted by something else. Imagine that. But I'm just kind of like adding the beads in, and I have a little bit of stitching left. I just like the little beads in these moho kits because it makes it all shiny. So there's that one. Oops. And the last one, in my last bag, my little fall animal bag. It's fun vinyl. My last one was my first bigger Etsy purchase that I didn't realize was as big as it was, but I just fell in love with it, and it's by Maria Bravoco. I don't know, terrible names. Her shop is Cute Patterns by Maria, and this is called the Autumn House. And I love it so much. I wish that I had gotten fabric like this color, but again, I just wanted to get started. I found it and I was so excited, so I just got, I think I'm just using Fiddler's Cloth from Michael's again. So the colors kind of like blend a little, and I wish I had different fabric, but I still like it. I just think it's so cute, but this pattern has a ton of backstitch, which I did not know. I don't think I really knew what backstitch was, or that it was a thing when I ordered this. But that's okay, because I do now, and I love it, and it's worth it. But you can see, I mean, the roofing on here is like all backstitch. Like branches, and there's like, you know, it's just a lot of backstitch. So I have a lot of backstitch to do. This is my first time like trying to grid fabric also. I use one of those friction pens, so I hope it comes out, but anyways. Well, those are my cross stitch whips. And that was fun to share them all with you. This video is a little bit long. There's one more thing I wanted to show you that is not a cross stitch, but I also recently learned about mosaic crochet. So I know a lot of you like to crochet or knit or quilt and do other things too, and so this is called Winter Wonderland by One Skein of Love. It's beautiful. And I'm so close to being done, and I need to just finish because there's another pattern I want to start. But first, I need to finish this one. So this is Winter Wonderland. I'm going to show you my progress, partly so I can just look at this later in myself and see what I accomplished, because I've never made a blanket like this in my life. Okay, so I'm going to stand up, and it is very large. But look at that, there's like snowmen. So I have snowflakes to do up top and like one or two more patterns for the top. And this is just Hobby Lobby's, love that yarn, just the cheap cotton yarn. Or sorry, not cotton, but acrylic yarn. It's a little hard to show this in the video because it's so long and big. Anyway, if you like to crochet and you haven't heard of mosaic crochet, you really have to check it out. I'm a pretty new crocheter too, and I thought it would be hard. It looks so hard because look, there's so many pictures, but it's actually very easy. It's a single crochet and a double crochet, and it's so easy. And the back is just, you can kind of see the pattern, but it's just striped. Now you do cut the ends, and then you have to sew an envelope like border around it, which I haven't gotten that far. I haven't tried that yet, but I don't think it'll be too hard. But anyways, it's much easier than it looks, and it just creates such a pretty blanket. So if you haven't heard of mosaic crochet, you need to look that up. Anyways, that's everything I have to share today. I hope somebody enjoyed it out there. I hope it wasn't too long or too boring. Like I said, I love watching flosstube, and so I thought I would just share my adventures. And if nothing else, I can look back on this and see how far I got in 2023, because I'm doing no new starts. The WIP, it's called WIP Warriors. It's a Facebook group, and so I'm only allowed to start a couple things next year, because I don't know how I accumulated all this in like just over a year of stitching. So I'm having so much fun. I love watching all of you people on flosstube, so keep making videos for me to watch, and I'll be back to show my progress. See you next time.